New clues about the fatal crash, and TSB investigators releasing previously unseen photos.
It was one of the darkest days in recent memory, January 26, 2020, when the world stopped to mourn the death of Kobe Bryant, his daughter Gianna, and 7 others in a devastating helicopter crash. In that moment, the basketball world didn't just lose one of its most legendary players. A family lost a father, a husband, a protector. And standing at the epicenter of that heartbreak was Vanessa Bryant. But in the years since that unimaginable loss, Vanessa has undergone a transformation that has stunned the world. Not only has she stepped into a more public role than ever before, she has redefined what strength, grace, and quiet power look like in the face of sorrow. Her evolution has caused a stir, not just because of how she carries herself now, but because of what her journey says about resilience, legacy, and how one woman can rise from the ashes of tragedy and build something even more powerful than before. A private life thrust into the spotlight. Before 2020, Vanessa Bryant lived a relatively quiet life, despite being married to one of the most recognizable athletes on the planet. She was rarely in interviews, stayed off red carpets, and focused her energy on being a mother and wife behind the scenes. Her Instagram was filled with family photos, birthday celebrations, and adorable videos of their daughters. She never sought fame. She simply supported her husband and nurtured her family. That all changed in an instant. When Kobe and Gianna passed, Vanessa was no longer just Kobe's wife. She became the face of the Bryant legacy. The world turned to her for answers, for strength, for closure. In the most public way possible, she had to grieve, raise her daughters, and preserve the names of Kobe and Gianna for generations to come. The woman behind the lawsuit, one of Vanessa's first major public acts following the crash, sent shockwaves through the legal world. When she discovered that members of the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department had shared unauthorized photos of the crash site, some even showing victims' remains, she didn't stay silent. She fought back. In 2022, Vanessa sued the county and stood in federal court, face to face with the very institution that had betrayed her trust. The legal proceedings were grueling. She broke down in tears on the witness stand, describing sleepless nights and relentless anxiety at the thought of her daughter and husband's final moments being exploited. It was raw, real, and courageous. Her victory in court wasn't just personal, it was symbolic. She was awarded $28,085,000 in damages, but the true win was much larger. Vanessa had drawn a hard line. Even in death, Kobe and Gianna would be protected. That lawsuit became a defining moment in her transformation, from grieving widow to fierce guardian of her family's dignity. A style evolution that turned heads. As Vanessa stepped further into the spotlight, the public also began to notice something else. Her style, presence, and confidence had taken on a new dimension. In her first major public appearance after Kobe's memorial, Vanessa stunned the world at the 2021 WNBA All-Star Game, walking arm in arm with her daughters in a sleek black dress and heels. It wasn't just about fashion, it was about strength. Her style was sharp, elegant, and unmistakably commanding. From the Met Gala to award shows, to the NBA All-Star Weekend, Vanessa began appearing more frequently, and with every appearance, she looked bolder, more composed, and more in control. Her Instagram evolved into a mix of family life, luxury, advocacy, and undeniable presence. Fashion outlets began taking note. Vanessa Bryant is quietly becoming one of the most stylish women in Hollywood, one headline read. But insiders knew it wasn't just the clothes, it was the energy. The woman who once stood in the shadows of stardom now radiated it on her own terms. A businesswoman and brand architect, Kobe's death left a vast empire behind, not just financial, but cultural. From Mamba Sports Academy to Nike deals, from animated content projects to legacy trademarks, the business of being a Bryant was complex. Many wondered, who would carry that forward? The answer became clear fast. Vanessa assumed full control of Kobe Inc., made critical decisions about brand licensing, and restructured the Mamba and Mambacita Sports Foundation to focus on underserved youth, especially young girls in sports. When the Nike contract expired in 2021, she didn't immediately renew. Why? Because she was negotiating on her own terms, and she got what she wanted. In 2022, Vanessa and Nike reached a new agreement, one that included the continued release of Kobe shoes and the debut of Mamba Cheetah merchandise, with all proceeds going to the foundation. It was a business move and a personal stand. She wasn't going to allow her husband's image to be used without meaning or mission. Raising the girls, preserving the legacy. Through it all, Vanessa has focused on her most important role, mother. Her transformation wouldn't be complete without understanding how she's raising her daughters, Natalia, Bianca, and Capri, in the absence of their father and sister. She attends dance recitals. She throws themed birthday parties. She travels the world with her girls, from Paris to Italy to Aspen, creating new memories while honoring the old ones. Natalia has emerged as a rising star in her own right, becoming a model with IMG and a USC student. But behind the scenes, Vanessa remains her rock. She once shared that every time she feels overwhelmed by grief, she reminds herself, "You have to keep going. You have to keep pushing forward for your babies." This maternal strength has become part of her transformation, not just in image, but in action. She shows up, every time. A tribute masterclass. From the Kobe Bryant mural campaign to special tribute shoes and events, Vanessa has managed something many spouses of celebrities never do. She has preserved and elevated Kobe's image without overexposing it. She's worked with the NBA to design tribute nights, has given moving speeches at jersey retirement ceremonies, and helped facilitate the construction of the Kobe and Gianna Bryant Dream Court. She even consulted on the NBA's All-Star Game format change in Kobe's honor. These moments aren't random. They're strategic, heartfelt, and carefully curated. Every decision seems to ask, what would Kobe want this to represent? In many ways, Vanessa isn't just protecting Kobe's legacy, she's expanding it. A stirring rumor mill. With such a visible transformation, public curiosity has grown. Some wonder if she'll remarry. Others speculate about a memoir. Rumors have circulated about private investments, secret Hollywood deals, and upcoming documentaries under the Bryant estate umbrella. One source close to the family claims Vanessa has been quietly working on a multi-part docu-series chronicling Kobe's post-retirement projects and their home life, a side of him the world never saw. Whether or not it's true, one thing is certain. Vanessa has more control than ever, and people are paying attention. She has gone from being part of the story to being the one who tells it. The stir she's causing. Why is Vanessa's transformation causing such a stir? Because she's rewriting the script of what grief looks like. Because she turned heartbreak into movement. Because the girl who once met a young Lakers star on a music video set is now one of the most powerful widows in America. Not because of wealth, but because of how she's carried herself since. She isn't loud. She isn't provocative. She isn't chasing fame. She's strategic. She's intentional. She's silent when she needs to be and thunderous when it counts. And most importantly, she's unstoppable. Kobe Bryant's final days were filled with the same passion and dedication that defined his entire life. In the hours and days before the tragic helicopter crash on January 26, 2020, Kobe engaged in several public communications that gave insight into his mindset, priorities, and the legacy he was building in his post-basketball career. These final interactions paint a portrait of a man fully engaged with life, family, and his ongoing mission to inspire others through sports and storytelling. The day before the accident, on January 25th, Kobe's final public message was congratulating LeBron James for surpassing him on the NBA's all-time scoring list. When LeBron passed Kobe's career total of 33,643 points during a game against the Philadelphia 76ers, Kobe took to Twitter with a heartfelt message, continuing to move the game forward at King James. Much respect, my brother, Nutgunyer 33644. This tweet, sent at 10:39 p.m. on January 25, 2020, would be his final post on social media. The message was characteristic of Kobe's mindset in retirement, supportive of the next generation, and focused on the growth of the game he loved. There was no bitterness or resentment about having his record broken. Instead, there was genuine respect and appreciation for another athlete's achievement. That same evening, before posting the tweet, Kobe had spoken with LeBron by phone. James later revealed details about this conversation in interviews following Kobe's passing. "I'll remember that conversation for the rest of my life," James said in an emotional post-game interview. According to James, Kobe called him to offer congratulations, and they spoke about their mutual respect for the game and each other's contributions to basketball. James also shared that they discussed their families during the call. Kobe asked about LeBron's sons, Bronny and Bryce, and their basketball development, while LeBron inquired about Gianna and her progress. This final conversation between two basketball giants highlighted Kobe's focus on family and mentorship in his post-playing days. The call was especially significant because it showed how Kobe had embraced his role as an elder statesman of the game. When he first retired, many wondered if he would remain connected to basketball or pursue entirely different interests. This final interaction with LeBron confirmed that Kobe remained deeply invested in the NBA and its future stars, even as he built a new identity beyond his playing career. In his final ESPN interview on January 20th, just days before the accident, Kobe spoke extensively about women's basketball and expressed his admiration for players like Oregon's Sabrina Ionescu. The interview, conducted by ESPN's Elle Duncan, showcased Kobe's deep knowledge and appreciation for the women's game. "There's some young players coming up now who could play in the NBA right now, honestly," Kobe said during the interview. When asked specifically about Ionescu, he praised her court vision and basketball IQ. "She's a hell of a player. Her game is spectacular. Her facilitating, her ability to manipulate the defense, her understanding of space and angles. If you watch the way she plays, you can tell she's studied my game." During this same interview, Kobe discussed his coaching philosophy with his daughter Gianna's team and how he enjoyed breaking down the game for young players. "It's just a joy to watch the game through her eyes," Kobe said about coaching Gianna. "It's like everything is new and exciting. When we watch a game on TV, she'll be analyzing certain things. She'll be like, 'Dad, on that play, they should have done this instead of that.' And I'm like, 'That's right.'" This interview also gave rise to the now famous Girl Dad segment, where Kobe expressed his comfort and pride in having 4 daughters. When asked if he and his wife Vanessa would try for a boy, Kobe replied with enthusiasm about being a girl dad, saying his wife would handle that department, but that, "I would have 5 more girls if I could. I'm a girl dad." Duncan's emotional retelling of this exchange after Kobe's death sparked a global girl dad movement, with fathers around the world celebrating their relationships with their daughters. It was a powerful final public message about Kobe's family values that resonated far beyond the basketball community. On January 14th, less than 2 weeks before the accident, Kobe appeared on the All the Smoke podcast with former NBA players Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson. In this extended 90-minute conversation, Kobe reflected on his career, family life, and post-basketball endeavors with unusual candor and depth. "I've had enough success for a lifetime," he told Barnes and Jackson during the interview. "It's not about trying to get another championship or trying to get another MVP. It's really about helping the next generation and making sure the game is in better shape than I found it." When discussing his Mamba Sports Academy and his coaching, Kobe revealed insights into his teaching philosophy. "I don't yell and scream at kids the way that I demanded excellence from my teammates. It's a different approach. With kids, it's about constantly making the game simple and fun, breaking it down to its simplest form." He spoke with particular pride about coaching Gianna's team. "It's been the most satisfying thing I've ever done, honestly. Watching her and the girls develop day by day. Seeing them hit a shot that last week they couldn't hit, or make a move that last week they couldn't make. That's real growth, and it's special to be part of that process." When asked about his legacy, Kobe shared a thoughtful response that now seems prescient. "When we all leave this earth, the one thing you can't take with you is what's in here," points to heart. "The memories that you have, the experiences that you've had with loved ones, with family. That's what it's about." In the same interview, Kobe discussed how he wanted to be remembered. As a person that was able to create stories that inspired their children and families to bond together. That's really the most important thing. This extensive interview, one of his last, showed a reflective Kobe who had found purpose and joy in his post-basketball life. There was a sense of contentment and clarity about his new mission that hadn't always been evident during his playing days. when he was known for his intensely competitive nature. Kobe's public interactions also showed his continued connection with the basketball community. On January 15th, he was spotted with Gianna at a Brooklyn Nets game, where they were seen talking with players including Kyrie Irving, who had a close relationship with Kobe. Video clips from this appearance showed Kobe explaining aspects of the game to Gianna, demonstrating their special bond through basketball. What made this appearance special was how other players approached Kobe and Gianna during the game. Several players came over to speak with them during warm-ups, with Kobe often directing the conversation toward Gianna, allowing her to connect with current NBA stars. It was a visible demonstration of Kobe's commitment to nurturing his daughter's basketball passion and introducing her to the broader basketball community. Brooklyn Nets guard Spencer Dinwiddie later shared that during this courtside interaction, Kobe had praised his play that season, saying he was playing like an all-star. "It's the greatest compliment I've ever received," Dinwiddie told reporters after Kobe's passing. "He wasn't a guy of many words, but for him to tell me that in front of his daughter, that's not something I'll ever forget." In one of his final interviews with USA Today on January 23rd, Kobe discussed his Mamba Sports Academy and his vision for its future. The academy, which Kobe partnered with in 2018, was a multi-sport training facility designed to develop young athletes across various sports. It's about building the next generation of athletes and teaching them how to approach excellence in whatever they choose to do, Kobe explained in the interview. The process, the attention to detail, the constant pursuit of improvement, these are transferable skills. Kobe emphasized that the academy wasn't just about creating elite athletes. We're teaching life skills through sports. The basketball court or the volleyball court becomes the classroom for learning how to handle adversity, how to communicate effectively, how to work as part of a team. These are lessons that serve you well beyond your athletic career.